Mr. Postmaster, Fellow Postmaster, and most welcome guests. The title of this tale, this story, is Obstacles. And I hear this story a long time ago, but it seems like it was yesterday. I can picture myself around or next to my aunt, and my aunt's always, every time she spoke, our attention gravitated to her. And I can hear her saying, it's a story of a seeker. A seeker is someone who really looks for something, but not necessarily someone who's going to find what he's looking for. It's the story of a man whose name is Gustavo. One day, Gustavo felt the necessity to go to the next city because he was sure that there all his dreams, aspirations, and goals are living in. Therefore, he left his family, his friend, and just grabbed his memories and started his journey. He walked for several days, weeks, and one day he saw a certain distance, some kind of shadow right in the middle of the road. When he got closer, he discovered it was not a shadow, it was a hole. Therefore, he jumped over and continued his journey. He walked for a week, and one day he was just before a huge hole right in the middle of the road. His first reaction was to look for a different alternative route, just to get him to the other end and continue his journey. He looked around, he couldn't find anything. Therefore, the only option he has was jump over. He walked back just a little bit, and then run and jump. And he brought his physical strength, his desire, and all his will, and that jump that he was able to reach the other end. He was happy because he knew that the city of his dreams is very, very close. He walked, he continued his journey. He walked for several days again, and one day he was just before a huge crack right in the middle of the road, divided in two, but creating a huge gap. Jumping was out of the question. Therefore, he started looking at different options. He was started looking for a different alternative route. He couldn't find anything. The only option was building a bridge. But he thought to himself, I've never been good with my hands. I never built anything with my hands. How can I build that bridge? He was ready to take a rest and put all his thinking in order. Once, next to him, he saw a handful of nails, a hammer, a handsaw, and several pieces of wood. Therefore, without delay, he started working in this project. He started working building that bridge. Day passed and became weeks. Week passed and turned into months, and after several months of dedication and hard work, the bridge was done. He crossed the bridge, and when he got to the other end, he looked back, and he was the proudest man and the happiest man on earth. Proud because he discovered a new talent that never thought he possessed, and also he was happy because he was able to see the city where his dreams and goals are. Happy, he continued his journey. A few days later, he was just before the city, but he discovered that the city was surrounded by a huge wall and very, very tall wall. He thought to himself, should be an access to get into the city. He walked around and around and around. He couldn't find anything. find a door, nor a window, not even hatches. He wasn't full of despair. He was very, very desperate. He was very frustrated. But I heard from deeper in his heart, he exclaimed, God, there are so many obstacles between my goals and me. Heavenly Father, why so many obstacles and barriers that separate my aspiration and my dreams from you? He was in that moment of despair when he saw next to him a little boy smiling. He looked at him, and his face was very, very familiar. He remembered him when he was at that age. He looked at him, he looked at his eyes, and he asked him, why so many obstacles? Why so many barriers between my dreams, my aspiration, and my goals and me? The little boy, smiling back, said, those obstacles were not here before you have arrived. You brought those obstacles because you are the creator and the builder.